is a creative original writer, has experience of producing plays, novels and short stories. He's previously presented at the last Poetry at JHG event and also at our offsite project, John Hansard Gallery Central. So I'd like to invite JPF Goodman.
I was that.
I did recognise myself in the end. Okay then, 5 minutes. This is a three-part poem based on the theme Ship to Shore. So, if you'll forgive me, I'm just going to read it. The first part is called Heart Attacks. It took a lot of questions to get this out of him. But one thing my dad told me in the last year of his life was the first sign of a heart attack. It's a numbness in the left arm, which is what I seem to feel at times of doubt and stress, as if my own blood's tides were too polluted with weariness to carry on repeating their circulation, as if my heart, which should be a thriving port from which to start each of life's voyages with a promise of new interest and adventure, has become a heavily guarded fortress, forbidding further progress, banning the riches it should welcome for what they bring from all the lands and seas, only fearing to be overwhelmed and drowned, and to lose what little remains of its precious treasure, as if nature's course can be defied by any measure. And so, when I feel that painful numbness in my chest, I flex my left arm to unlock the blood's free flow and whisper to my poor fluttering heart, "Don't give up yet, little pump. Keep your beat for me, and we shall disperse this latest lump." And that protection offered by a memory of my father has been enough for me so far to restart the engine, clear the blockage, and continue the long, hard passage. Although my brother has told me recently that Dad wasn't killed by a coronary, not at all, but by pneumonia. Okay, part 2 is down here somewhere. And here it is, I hope. Yes, it's called Looking Out to Sea. I look at the sea, mostly on TV, and what do I see? Billions of creatures, invisible to human eyes, busy about their lives. It's not just you and me. People do gather on the shores, attempting to take whatever humans want to take, perhaps by casting a net or web over all the world's waters, rivers, tributaries, streams, lakes and streams, till they start to choke and become stagnant. Or, for some more innocent reason, perform some act of worship, not always of themselves, perhaps to bless and protect the sea's own creatures. Sometimes something human deserves to be offered to the seas and oceans, though to that great store and bringer of life it must seem no more than a toy, a childish gift in return for what each sparkling wave brings. Those impossibly distant horizons that beckon and hint to the mind make one approach the sea respectfully, waiting for the right moment, trying to be calmly at peace, until the restless mind produces thoughts such as how lovely it would be to know nothing about love until you meet the very right person and it hits you with its full force, like an unexpected wave splashing you in the face, and you are left alone to examine this strange sensation. To conclude that this is the sort of shock that you will always need, and welcome your love into your life without any fear or doubt, joyfully leaping into that ocean while others might only venture fearfully, purely to test the waters. But the sea isn't always reassuring and restful. It's not all sunny beaches at the seaside. Even on the calmest day a storm may come in, or the tide go out impossibly far, leaving you marooned on a muddy shore, stuck with whatever drifts in. For the great oceans of the world, like the oceans we create in our restless minds, when we reach out to whatever the sea might symbolize, must circulate as freely as our own heart's blood. The world's water cannot be contained. It contains us, just a few of those billions of creatures. And the third part is called All Ashore Who's Coming Ashore. Sunny Southampton, with its excellent access to the depths, with some inhabitants who still stagger across the street in the cocksure way one associates with sailors, effortlessly negotiating the deck of an unsteady ship, where a lonely stevedore may feel proud to play a humble role in servicing a massive liner and meet a few of the passengers and crew, where a settled man might raise a family, a sensible or oversensitive one might flee. A striving port, a thriving port, where there may be safe harbour, so long as the overflow knows where to go. A useful point of arrival or departure that could be a connection to the rest of the world, offer a chance to escape from it, or simply be whatever stage or landmark the shores of such a city might be in the circulatory wanderings of the equally restless sea. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, John. Okay.